We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning, Northeast Mississippi. This is Newsbreak for Thursday, June 8th. I'm Brad Locke. Thanks for joining us. And just a reminder, you can catch Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. You can watch it on djournal.com, Facebook, YouTube, or the Daily Journal's mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. We're going to spend the next few minutes looking at news, sports, and weather. Let's start with the weather forecast. For today, mostly sunny skies with a high of 78 degrees, a low of 57, just a 10% chance of rain. The weekend outlook: Friday, clear skies, high of 82, low of 60, 10% chance of rain. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 87, low of 65, and it'll keep warming up on Sunday. Clear skies, high of 89, low of 69, 10% chance of rain. Let's take a look now at some of the top stories from the Daily Journal and djournal.com on this Thursday. A body recovered in Aberdeen on Wednesday is that of an Illinois woman for whom authorities have been searching for about a week. Amber Smith, age 24, was involved in a wreck in late May that killed 3 other people in Lee County. The 4 were making their way from Illinois to Florida when their SUV left Interstate 22 and crashed into Town Creek. A fisherman discovered the wreckage on May 30th, and 3 bodies were recovered. A search soon began for a 4th victim. Smith's body was found Wednesday morning at the Aberdeen Lock and Dam, about 40 miles from the crash site. Lee County Coroner Carolyn Green said she has spoken with Smith's family. She said they are upset but relieved. The city of Tupelo and Lee County are teaming up on an industrial and business park. The Tupelo City Council and Lee County Board of Supervisors both voted this week to approve the creation of a regional economic development alliance between the 2 government entities. Through this alliance, the city and county will each take on at least some of the costs needed for infrastructure development on the proposed site. The nearly 1,000-acre site is located to the north of Highway 6, to the south of West Main Street, and to the west of Bissell Road. The Community Development Foundation controls much of the potential business park property, and additional property may be purchased. CDF calls the proposed park The Hive and has marketed the site for several years under that name. CDF officials have described the proposed park as a next-generation site. There are currently no estimates on how much the infrastructure development cost might be. The Tupelo Buffalo Park and Zoo recently welcomed 2 new baby tigers. The cubs belong to Topaz and Raja, who have been residents at the park since May of 2016. One cub is white and black, while the other is orange and black. The baby tigers, who are nearly a month old, had human interaction for the first time Wednesday. They will now be viewable to the public alongside their parents. Zoo manager Rita Cleveland said there will be a gender reveal next week, followed by a naming contest. The contest will be open to the public for about 30 days through email. The Buffalo Park had 3 tiger cubs last November, but donated them to a new home in Florida. Topaz and Raja were donated from a wildlife center in West Virginia. And in sports, after rallying from the losers bracket to win the Hattiesburg Regional earlier this week, Mississippi State now must travel to Baton Rouge. The Bulldogs will meet LSU in a best-of-3 NCAA Super Regional Series starting Saturday, just 3 weeks after the Tigers swept them to close out the regular season. Taking the mound for State in Game 1 will be sophomore left-hander Connor Pilkington. He pitched 6 innings against LSU during that sweep, allowing 2 runs on 6 hits and 6 innings of work. Pilkington said in order to be successful this weekend, he'll need to be able to throw all 3 of his pitches for strikes. MSU coach Andy Cannizaro hasn't decided who will pitch Game 2, but has several pitchers in mind, including freshman Denver McQuarrie of Houston. That does it for Newsbreak on this Thursday. We do want to remind you to check out a couple of the podcasts we produce here at the Daily Journal. We've got The Memo, all things Northeast Mississippi news and entertainment with myself and W. Derek Russell. New episodes every Wednesday and Friday. You can find them in iTunes, your podcast apps, or at memo.djournal.com. Be sure to check out Wednesday's episode. We visited with Caleb Badillion and William Moore as they recapped Tuesday's general election results. Also, Capitol Bureau Chief Bobby Harrison filled us in on what transpired during Monday's special legislative session. Also, check out Double Coverage, an Ole Miss and Mississippi State sports podcast. New episodes every Thursday with MSU reporter Logan Lowry and Ole Miss reporter Parrish Alford. Check it out in iTunes, your podcast apps, or at doublecoverage.djournal.com. All the stories I talked about today you can find in your daily journal or at djournal.com. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at djournalnow. Give our Facebook page a like as well. That does it for Newsbreak on this Thursday. I'm Brad Locke. We'll see you next time.